Welcome back 40 Piners, and thanks for watching. Did you know that beer is the most widely consumed alcoholic drink on the planet? Beer is also the third most popular drink in the world, behind tea and water. Around the world, humans consume over 50 billion gallons of beer every year. China is the world's biggest beer producer, with over 47 million kilolitres per year. The USA comes in at second place at over 23 million kilolitres per year. Germany's Oktoberfest is the world's largest beer and wine festival in the world. The country holds the event annually in Munich with a 16 to 18 day folk festival. Around 6 million locals and tourists attend. As a result, the country amasses over 1,000 tons of waste after the celebrations. Budweiser is the world's most famous beer in the world. Most beers have around 5% alcohol by volume. Most, but not all. The Brewmeister's Snake Venom beer is the world's strongest beer in the world. The alcohol by volume level is a mind-blowing 67.5% and has a steep retail price of $76 to $140 per bottle. Produced by Angus Wood and Ed DePie in Halifax, the world's biggest glass of beer is 7 feet and 4 inches tall, and it contains 2,082 litres of stud-fold gold. On June the 22nd, 1977, Stephen Petrosino secured a Guinness World Record for drinking 1 litre of beer in 1.3 seconds. Jesus. Why do people toast cheers and clink glasses? Well, in the Middle Ages, the clinking of beer tankards supposedly established that their contents had not been poisoned. The assumption being that the merry clonking of tankards against each other would lead to beer spilling from one vessel into the other. It was a way of ensuring that your drinking companions weren't harbouring evil intentions and trying to kill you off. As a general rule, beer is not to blame for a beer belly. Rather, its components of hops, malt and alcohol combine to stimulate the appetite. If drinking beer leads you to eat fatty foods more often, all those excess calories might mean that you get a beer belly. Did you know that because of its ingredients and the fermentation process, beer contains a lot of minerals and vitamins? Beer contains vitamins B1, B2, B6 and B7. B vitamins help to improve concentration and support the formation of red blood cells. An American archaeologist has determined that the builders of the pyramids in ancient Egypt drank around 4 litres of beer every day. It was evidently healthier than drinking dirty water from the Nile, but obviously must have meant that the men often worked slightly tipsy. The formation of a frothy head on a beer is a natural process during fermentation. The yeast changes the malt sugars in the beer wort into alcohol and carbon dioxide. When you pour beer into a glass, the carbon dioxide is released to create the foam. What makes the perfect beer head? Perfect beer foam is formed on a cold beer at 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. If the beer is too cold, it doesn't make enough foam, and if it's too hot, it makes too much. If you like to enjoy your beer with a perfect head, then it's important that beer glasses are completely clean and free from grease. Just make sure you rinse the detergent off with clean cold water. Drinking stout could help fight cancer. According to a study, drinking stout with your meals helps fight free radicals, which occurs when the body starts to metabolize food. Former President Barack Obama was the first president to ever brew a beer in the White House. The former president introduced the practice to the White House to encourage everyone to brew their beers. According to a study in Japan, beer drinkers reduce their risk of chromosomal damage from radiation compared to non-beer drinkers. Beer drinkers are better thinkers at old age. According to research, men who are in their late 70s and 80s that have been boozing one alcoholic beverage per day tend to have a clearer thinking ability compared to non-drinkers. Did you know that McDonald's has beer on the menu in many European countries like Greece, Portugal, France, Germany, Belgium, Sweden and more? In Amsterdam, street cleaners can get paid in beer. In exchange for cleaning city streets, workers receive some rolling tobacco, €10 and 5 beers. This unique payment is given out by a government-funded organisation to aid people with alcoholism. Before 1963, if you wanted to make your own beer in Britain, you either had to pay the government for the privilege or do it secretly, thanks to the lingering effects of the Victorian legislation. The hop plant is closely related to cannabis. They both belong to a small family of flowering plants known as cannabinoids. Did you know that the beer can was invented in 1935? The iconic vessel that many of us consider to be a staple of the beer industry isn't even 100 years old. The first versions of the beer can required a church key to puncture a hole into the flat top beer can. Well, hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future videos. Stay safe.